The wealthy don't just earn money differently. They think about time differently. Most people spend their lives participating in a simple exchange. They trade hours for dollars. They work a shift. They receive a paycheck. They repeat the process again next week. There is nothing wrong with earning money through work. The problem begins when work becomes the only source of income. Every dollar earned becomes directly connected to time spent working. If work stops, income stops. This creates a financial ceiling because there are only so many hours available in a day. Another important lesson is understanding that time is the one resource everyone receives equally. Rich people do not get extra hours. Successful investors do not receive additional days each week. The difference is how those hours are used. Most consumers focus on earning money today. Wealthy individuals frequently focus on creating systems that can earn money tomorrow. They understand that financial freedom is not about working forever. It is about creating assets that continue producing value after the initial effort has been completed. Another major issue is that society encourages people to focus almost entirely on income. Schools teach students how to get jobs. Employers teach workers how to improve performance. Very few people are taught how to separate income from time. Wealthy individuals often spend years building systems, investments, businesses, and assets that reduce dependence on their direct labor. The goal is not avoiding work. The goal is ensuring that every future dollar does not require another hour of effort. That shift in thinking changes the entire financial game. The biggest differences between wealthy individuals and everyone else is their understanding of leverage. Most people hear the word leverage and immediately think about borrowing money. Wealthy individuals often think about leverage differently. They think about how to multiply the impact of their time. A single hour can only be spent once. This creates a limitation for anyone relying entirely on earned income. Another important lesson is understanding that leverage allows effort to continue producing results after the work has already been completed. A business owner can build a system that generates income while they sleep. An investor can purchase assets that generate returns without requiring daily attention. A content creator can publish a video that continues attracting viewers months or years later. Another major principle is scalability. Most jobs do not scale. Income remains connected to hours worked. Wealthy individuals frequently focus on activities capable of producing value repeatedly. Another important lesson is understanding ownership. Ownership creates leverage because owned assets can continue generating income long after the initial purchase or effort. Stocks can generate growth. Businesses can generate profits. Real estate can generate cash flow. Intellectual property can generate royalties. Another major issue is that many people spend decades improving their ability to earn income without improving their ability to create leverage. They become better workers without becoming owners. Wealthy individuals often prioritize ownership because ownership allows income to become less dependent on personal time. The goal is not eliminating work entirely. The goal is creating a future where income continues arriving even when active labor is reduced. One major lesson is understanding the difference between active income and passive income. Active income requires direct effort. A person works. A person gets paid. The relationship is straightforward. Passive income operates differently. While most passive income opportunities require effort initially, the income can continue arriving long after the original work has been completed. Another important lesson is recognizing that passive income is rarely truly passive during the beginning stages. Investments require capital. Businesses require effort. Content creation requires consistency. Real estate requires management. Wealthy individuals understand this reality. They are often willing to sacrifice short-term comfort to build long-term freedom. Another major principle is delayed gratification. Most consumers focus on immediate rewards. Wealthy individuals frequently focus on future opportunities. They understand that temporary sacrifices can create permanent advantages. Another important lesson is understanding compound growth. Small actions repeated consistently often produce extraordinary results over time. Investments generate returns. Those returns generate additional returns. Businesses gain customers. Additional customers create additional revenue. Systems become more valuable as they grow. Another major issue is impatience. Many people abandon wealth-building strategies because results appear slow initially. Wealthy individuals remain patient because they understand that compound growth often looks unimpressive before becoming powerful. The goal is not getting rich quickly. The goal is building assets capable of creating future income. That process requires consistency, patience, and a long-term perspective. The important reason wealthy people think differently about time is because they understand opportunity costs. Every hour spent on one activity cannot be spent elsewhere. Most people focus on what they gain from a decision. Wealthy individuals frequently focus on what they give up. Another important lesson is understanding that not all hours produce equal results. 1 hour spent learning a valuable skill may create opportunities for years. 1 hour spent building a business may eventually generate thousands of future hours of freedom. 1 hour spent investing in personal growth can create returns long after the effort is finished. Another major principle is intentionality. Wealthy individuals often schedule time differently because they recognize that time allocation determines future outcomes. Another important lesson is understanding that financial freedom is ultimately a time problem. Most people believe financial freedom is about money. Money is simply a tool. The real benefit is control over time. More flexibility, more choices, more opportunities. Another major issue is that many consumers unknowingly trade long-term freedom for short-term convenience. They prioritize immediate comfort instead of future flexibility. Wealthy individuals often reverse this pattern intentionally. They invest time today so they can gain freedom tomorrow. Another critical lesson is that every hour should either support current necessities or contribute to future opportunities. The more intentional someone becomes with their time, the more likely they are to create financial independence. The truth is that financial freedom begins when you stop viewing money as the primary goal and start viewing time as the primary asset. Wealthy individuals understand that money can be replaced. Time cannot. Every hour spent working solely for today's income is an hour that cannot be invested in building tomorrow's freedom. Another important lesson is understanding that escaping the time for money trap does not happen overnight. It happens through ownership. It happens through investing. It happens through building systems. It happens through creating leverage. Another major principle is consistency. Most people search for dramatic financial breakthroughs while ignoring small actions capable of producing extraordinary long-term results. A monthly investment may not feel life-changing today. A growing business may not seem significant during its early stages. A new skill may not immediately increase income. Over time, those actions compound. Another important lesson is understanding that financial freedom is ultimately about options. Options come from ownership. Options come from cash flow. Options come from assets that continue producing value. Another major principle is patience. The wealthiest individuals often spend years building systems that eventually provide decades of benefits. The goal is not working less today. The goal is creating a future where every dollar earned is not directly tied to another hour worked. Build assets. Create leverage. Invest consistently. Focus on ownership. Protect your time. Let compound growth do the work. If this helped, like and subscribe to the Daily Yield. Because we're building real financial progress, one step at a time.